What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Boiler Room Pre-Market Watch List. Yeah, let's get into it. So, few stocks on watch. Kind of still watching the same stocks that I was watching yesterday. Some of you probably know XNET went very far down. RIOT went down. So, I'm really going to be watching some of those stocks. So, I'm going to make this quick. We're going to jump into it and go from there. That's just basically about it. All right, so I'm going to start here with XNET. So XNET made a huge move down yesterday. These are just a bunch of random drawings that I was messing around with, so just disregard those for now. So XNET from 19 down to 12. I missed a lot of that, not even gonna lie. So anyways, from 19 down to 12 before like the closing bell, and then it hit 11 here pre-market. It double bounced here at 11. So $11 is holding up as a support. Now you got to think, after this huge move down, for me, it's hard to believe that it would continue down anymore at this given time. I'm under the assumption that XNET will probably squeeze up a little bit, and we should see it go to the upside today for a long, to take a long position. I believe this is going to follow the same suit. What's up, Joel? What's up, everybody? Good morning to you. I didn't even say good morning. Good morning to all of you. Glad you are here. So again, XNET, it lost so much value yesterday that I believe that we're going to see some buying pressure come in today, and we should see it move to the upside a little bit. That's what I believe. It's very similar to what happened with SQ. I feel we're going to see what happened with SQ, a very similar move. I got to put this on. So here, watch this, right? Hold on, let me scroll over. You remember how SQ went down like crazy, down. The next thing you know, it had a pretty big day to the upside, right? I think that's what we're going to see. Like you can see it lost so much value, continued down, and then didn't go any further, so then ended up coming back up. I think that's what we're going to see happen here with XNET. Of course, I could be wrong, but as you can see, it went all the way down. It's bottomed out at 11, starting to curl up just a bit. So I think that's probably what we're going to see happen here. Right now, it is technically downtrending, but the idea here is that we're going to hopefully see it hold up on this trend. All right, so again, we're going to keep XNET on watch for a long today. It could continue down, and if it wants to continue down, then we're just going to have to, pay attention to it and wait for the right setups to, essentially short it. But for right now, it definitely looks good to me for a potential long. So keep XNET on watch for a long. XNET is a 55 million share float. Right now, it's down 7% pre-market. It's also had, it's traded 688,000 shares of volume so far today. With that being said, let's take a look at KR. KR is another one on the watch. You can see it's flying up right now. They had some good earnings. Kroger, good earnings. So it's moving up. I want to say to take a long on this, but it still makes me a little bit nervous to take a long because it's gone up so much pre-market. I personally feel we're going to see some people start taking profits when the bell opens. So right now, we have a high of $27.18. Right now, it's coming back up to reapproach that high. This is a very common thing we will see when stocks run up pre-market. They set a high, and then they come back to retest that high. If they fail to get through, they usually kind of fade out of the gates. So right now, the idea here is we're going to watch maybe Kroger for a long over 27. If it fails to break through 27 and it rejects that price point, I personally feel we're going to see it start to kind of sell off out of the gates. And if that's the case, I can justify taking a short position on KR, okay? So again, that's really my game plan there for KR. There is another one here, Sears CHLD. Look at this one, right? This one had bad earnings, but the earnings were better than expected, and the price just shot up, which doesn't make sense. So this one is most likely going to come down. So for those of you that like to short sell or can short sell, definitely going to be looking at taking a short position on CHLD here today because it had bad earnings. It shot up. I don't really think it should be this high. I think we could see a 20, 30, 40 cent drop out of the gates. I could be wrong, but based on doing this for so long, it seems like it's a pretty there's a pretty high chance to see this fade out and drop out of the gates. And this is CHLD. Again, it had bad earnings, popped up because the earnings were not as bad as expected. Okay. So yeah, that's SHLD, not SHLD. Yeah. So that's my game plan there with SHLD. It's really just a short position on that. RIOT, taking a look at this one, right? Again, it performed very similar to XNET. Both RIOT and XNET have lost a ton of value over the past couple days. Does that mean you should buy them? No, it doesn't. But if you look at this chart here, went all the way down, and then look what happened, right? It bottomed out here at 12, like 30-ish, popped up a little bit, then it rolled back down, and then it set in a higher low. So right now, that's telling me that it doesn't really want to go lower for right now. So I think we could probably see this start squeezing up out of the gates for a long position. So I think XNET and RIOT got short sold so hard and lost so much value yesterday that they're pretty much due for a little bit of a push to the upside today. So keep both RIOT, XNET on watch for long positions, primarily out of the gates. And then we'll go from there. SHLD is a short, I believe. I'll take a look at SQ just because I looked at it a little bit, but again, here's another one. It lost a lot of value yesterday, and then you can see it started moving up. Now, here's the deal. This was a short squeeze right here in a momentum play. After this massive sell-off, it finally like short squeezed up. And long story short, I don't really think SQ is going to have that great of a day. I think it's going to be pretty choppy. Again, I could be wrong. It's the goddamn stock market, right? It's the goddamn stock market right now, so anything can happen. But personally, I think that SQ lost so much value yesterday, and then it short squeezed right in the middle of the day. I think it's right in the middle of like indecision. I think the stock is right in the middle of indecision. It's right on 40. It could be good for a long position over 40. It really could with the way it's setting up. It's got a nice uptrend. It could squeeze up above 40, so potentially a long here on SQ. So those are primarily all the stocks that I'm watching here this morning to potentially trade unless something changes here pre-market. I'll take a look at DPW real quick. Right now, DPW doesn't look so hot as far as a long. It gapped down, it came back up, and now it's curling back over. So, I haven't followed the stock really, so it's hard to say exactly what's going to happen. But as far as it looks right now, pre-market, it looks pretty weak. Let me check this daily chart. Yeah, I mean, look at all this. It's all red volume, so it's really just selling pressure. I don't really think this is going to be good for a long. It may be good for a little bit of a short, but how much are you really going to get out of the short? Maybe down to $1.30, which was the pre-market low, and it's only at $1.43. So 13 cents potential for profit, not a whole lot. So I don't think I would. I don't really think it's worth messing around with it. Yeah, long story short, right? I have a problem with saying long story short, but I probably confuse some people. Dude, that is perfect. It's the goddamn stock market. That should be on a shirt. That should definitely be on the shirt. Yeah, I'll take a look at RYB for sure. Um, so RYB I did follow or have kind of followed for a little bit here. Let me take a look. Oh, okay, so he just came out with earnings. Um, wow. Um, hmm. There's a high here at 23. We're right in 21. So right now we're kind of in the middle of everything. It could be good today for potentially a long, but it seems like it might be a little. It's a little light on volume right now. It's only got 75,000 shares of volume. It's not too bad. I think it's worth watching. I mean, if you want my honest opinion, I think it's just worth watching at this point. Not necessarily, put all your money into it. Because it's kind of choppy, right? There's just the volume on it, and there's really no chart direction right now. So it's hard to say. It's got good earnings and it had some bad news recently. I think right now it's just kind of in the middle of price action. It's not at a low, it's not at a high, it's right in the middle. So I think it's going to probably be a little bit of an indecisive day. And I think you're probably going to get, I think trying to trade it's going to be pretty tricky. I mean, yeah, if you look at here too, let me clear this up for you a little bit. I mean, if you look at here, right, it gapped down, then it went up, and then it went up some more. And I mean, it's kind of unpredictable right now. Had a pretty big doji day. It has resistance right here at about 23, this blue line. It's now at 22. So resistance is like right above here at 22 or something like that. So I think it's probably best maybe left alone for right now, unless it gives you some type of like obvious chart direction when the market opens. Uh, let's see. Yeah, I'll take a look at MU because MU I watched yesterday. I think I didn't trade it. I almost did, but yeah, I missed that big short there. I think MU is very similar to XNET, RIOT, and what happened to Square or SQ um, the other day, right? So like it lost a lot of value. It bottomed out here at 43, and now it's starting to uptrend. So I think for today, it might be okay to hold it because I think it'll probably gain back some of this value. Like it was at 48. I think it'll gain back some of the value. Of course, I don't know the company that well. I don't follow them just based on a simple technical analysis. Understanding it lost a lot of value yesterday. Some people might think that it's a good time to buy or maybe to buy more for long-term investing. Yeah, here's the other thing, right? Is right now it's kind of that might be it. So yeah, here realistically, it has a support line and a moving average support right at about 40, 42. 42. So it does have the possibility of continuing down to 42 before it really. Or actually, I think it already did that. What am I talking about? No, it went to 43. So right now, I think it's right in the middle. I think it might be okay to kind of hold it for a little bit. In my personal opinion, I think buyers might come back in today. But again, I'm a day trader for the most part. Um, let's see. I don't know. I don't follow. I just follow certain. I just trade whatever is to be traded. So yeah, I mean, that's just about it. Something else kind of just popped up on my scanner, so let me see what's up with that. That's ugly. I don't mess with that. Did Citron just tweet that? Nice. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing, guys. Follow Citron Research hard. Um, anyways, so yeah, that's really all I got for you guys today this morning. Again, I'm not trying to take up a ton of time on these. Make them pretty quick. Um, get that out of there. So yeah, so I mean that's my game plan. Longing XNET, looking for a long on RIOT. Potential short on SHLD, but it's a lower price stock, so don't expect this to move in like dollar values. You know, it's probably going to be like a 20-30 cent move. KR, watch KR. It's kind of high right now. I think it's probably going to pull back out of the gates. That's just what I would assume is probably going to happen with KR. INP, IMUC. Yeah, I'll take a quick look here. Hold on, let me put it up on my other monitors. IMUC, that's not IMUC. IMUC, really light volume stock, lower priced. I mean, again, it's not something I would personally trade. I wouldn't mess around with it, honestly. INPX. I think there's going to be another really low price stock, probably going to fall a little bit today. It's down. It looks like it's fading down, like it would go lower. I hate Snapchat. I never trade Snapchat. I don't want to ever trade Snapchat anymore. I even tried to tell my niece and my nephew that Snapchat is just a failing company, and they refuse to believe me. They go, everybody uses Snapchat. Everyone uses Snapchat. It's, you know, and I'm just like, okay, you know, everyone uses Snapchat, but they don't really make any money. I don't want to say they don't make any money, but their core business isn't revolved around making money. So, oh, Fern. Okay, you want me to take a look at Fern? And that's another thing. Like Snapchat's core business model isn't formulated around actually making money. It's more around like amusing people for free. So, oh, Fern's an OTC stock. I really couldn't give you any input on OTC stocks. OTC stocks have a mind of their own, and that's a mind that I don't know, really. To be honest with you, I don't want to give you any input on that because I don't really know, you know. SHLD. Yeah, dude, I'm so considering shorting SHLD today. Oh, so I mean that's it. Just a pretty easy watch list. I don't know. I'll talk. Let me talk about that for a quick second, real quick. So I made a post on Facebook last night, like, oh, you know, a Facebook post, but it's fun, right? And I know. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard the saying before that if you get in a taxi cab, all right, and the taxi driver is telling you what stocks to buy, you should probably sell or get out of the market because there's nobody left to sell the stocks to, because anybody at this point is giving you investment advice. Same thing goes for Bitcoin. I could be completely wrong. I'm just using the theory as an example. I don't trade Bitcoin. I don't buy Bitcoin. Could it be the biggest thing that I missed out on in my lifetime? Possibly, but you know, it's the same thing that comes down to don't invest in what you don't know for sure or what you don't trust. And this is something I don't necessarily trust very heavily. And if it turns to the future of currency, so be it. I have money and I guess I'll just convert to Bitcoin so I can buy everything in Bitcoin. Because if it's supposed to be a currency, then I'll use it as a currency one day. But it's not. Should it be traded? I don't know, right? So here's the deal. Over the past like month, I've had 10, like 10 people, maybe 9 or 10 of my old high school friends that I don't even really talk to anymore. They just know that I trade stocks every single day, and that's all I do. That's what they know me for now. So I had, of course, like 10 of them reach out to me and go, hey, Connor, do you think it's a good idea to buy Bitcoin, or what's your input on Bitcoin and this and that? And of course, me being me and I don't trust it, I'm like, no, you should stay away from it. But of course, they're going to make their own decisions. And I already seen one of them on Snapchat buying Bitcoin. And personally, he just bought Bitcoin, I think, a day ago or whatever, when it was really, really high. So I already know that he's going to be down like $1,000 on Bitcoin. So I feel for him right now. But regardless, the takeaway from this whole little spiel story is that I just had 10 of my friends from high school reach out to me that I probably, not going to guarantee, but they probably don't even have a retirement plan set up. No 401k, no Roth IRA, no actual retirement fund set up for themselves unless it was done through a trust fund that their parents set up or something. So with that being said, I'm having high school friends that really don't know much about investing. Of course, they want to come to someone who knows a little bit about it. And obviously, that makes sense. But Bitcoin is bringing everybody out of the woodworks that doesn't know anything about investing, and it's grabbing their attention, right? So that means Bitcoin has started to grab the attention of almost everyone. So who is there left to sell it to? It's going to start, it's going to run out of people, but that's the theory, is that if everybody knows about it, it's too late. It's too late. Everyone knows, and everybody has already bought, or it's already captured the attention of most of the people to sell it to. And if you don't have any more buyers, the price can't go up. It's time to sell. And that's why I made the post, ask your teacher, ask your dad, ask your mom, ask the bartender, ask the waitress, if you're really interested in buying this stuff. When you're out doing your daily routine or your daily errands, ask anybody you know. Exactly. Go, and I'm not saying that Bitcoin's bad. I'm not. I'm just trying to give you like another option to think about, right? That's all it is. When you go to do your daily errands, just go and ask anybody you see. If you're going to get a coffee, ask a person whipping you up a coffee at Starbucks. Just ask them a simple question, not what is Bitcoin, because then you might get into a conversation that you don't really get into, and then you're explaining a bunch of stuff that maybe you don't even know what you're talking about. So don't do that. Just ask them, do you know what the price of Bitcoin is right now? If they have the answer for you, that means they know about it. And if majority of these people can tell you what the price of Bitcoin is, that means they're following it, have either bought it, have either sold, or they're trading it, which means you're probably too late to the party, and you probably maybe don't want to buy right now and just let it chill, right? So that's my theory. That's the theory, that you might be a little late. So, and that's the thing I read too. There's a limited amount. So again, I don't want to push anybody into, I'm not trying to give you this and that, just another option to think about. That's all it is, right? Again, I'm a day trader. I trade stocks. I don't trade cryptocurrency, but I do follow it enough. Yep, I've seen that too. So again, that's all I got for you guys today. All the links for everything are in the description below. Free chat room, Facebook group, and the course to join in to the course, and the live trading room where we basically trade stocks pretty much all morning. So again, I will see you guys all tomorrow morning, okay?